hey you all, here we are in the next step of the Mindtree recruitment process, the technical interview, the major weighted proportion of an recruitment process, my experiences and answers to the questions what I have got. I would also address some frequently asked questions and doubts in this video. So technical interview weighs a lot, about 60 to 70% in your whole recruitment process. Once you have done with technical interview, you are confident to crack the HR interview because it isn't bit critical like technical interview. So if you crack the technical interview, you are almost there to the nearest office of the Mindtree. So I would let you all my experiences, what happened today, the good and the worst things what I have did. So let's get into it. When was my interview? My interview was on 30th May, 12:30 slot, that is today's afternoon. It sucks because having schedule on Sunday also, it's a bit frustrating. So my schedule was on 12:30 afternoon. So before you get into the interview, the things you must note that you should update your browser because unupdated browser doesn't allow you to the interviews. Best to use Google Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, and note that it doesn't support on Opera browsers and over phones. So make sure about that on your cams before getting into the interview, or else it will prompt that your device doesn't support a camera object in the interview. So because some laptops have manual switching over the cameras, be aware of it. So the thing which happened to me was that there is an option you can join a 15 minutes prior to your interview, but I have joined exactly on 12:30. So the worst thing is that I faced an issue that my camera wasn't popping out. So then it made me into a trouble. Then I checked everything. It took me a 5 minutes. Then I came to know that my antivirus was blocking. So then I had to change my settings of the antivirus, then restart my computer. So all process wasted my 5 precious minutes of the interview. So be careful about it. And after getting into the interview, the tab was similar to encountered in our written test, the compiler environment. So when you get into the interview, so your window looks same as like a compiler environment and a rectangular box over the top right corner with the interviewer's face. So what are the things in that environment? That tab switching is monitored. Because I was using a Bluetooth headphone, my interviewer said to remove that because I wasn't having much clarity about that. So it also comes under malpracticing. So he let me remove my Bluetooth headphones. So he said that all the things which I click on that are monitored in their window. So also there is a phase deviation thing that you should, it's not strict, but they are saying to look into the cam and talk, not to see their picture over the right corner. So Mindtree has their own interview software with compiler environment enabled. These are the things you must be relevant before getting into the interview. So don't do the mistakes which I have done. Be careful about it. So getting into the interview questions without any nonsense. So there was a quick intro what I have given, and then we had discussed about the project stuff and all which I have done and all the domains into it. So then he asked me about which coding environment I was comfortable about. So I let him know that I was currently working on Java and I would be comfortable in the Java thing. So he asked me the questions, what do you know about DSA? What are the data structures present in your knowledge? So I have let out everything. Then he asked me the static and dynamic data structures. So you are relevant. The static structures are like arrays and the strings. The dynamic things are which grow and shrinks on the user interpretations like linked list, stacks and queues and all trees and everything. So get to know the differences between static and dynamic structures. Then he asked me about the linked list and code to reverse a given linked list. First I said my approach, then the code. First we have to say the approach, then the code. So it goes like this. I will surely give the links. The best out answers in the internet would help things I would give in the link. So first question was about the linked list and the code to reverse a given linked list. First I was set to say the approach, then I needed to code. Next was about the palindrome, which is a relevant question, means frequently asked question. Then the next question was highest occurring letters in the given string. Typically you have so many codes out there. I would let you know the best code you can use to satisfy your interviewer. So the next question was highest occurring letters in a given string. So continuation to it, I would request all that please share your experiences and questions in the comment section, because your experiences matters a lot, because here students help out students to crack the things. So you being a student, if you help out with your technical questions what you have faced, it would help out someone else. So here we are, because students bond is greater than anything. Students help students. So please let your technical questions be relevant with everyone so that they can see there. So I would request you to post your technical interview questions so everyone gets relevant, and it makes a bit easier process to everyone so that they could crack it easily. Just a request, not necessary. So getting continued into it. So then all the things were mostly about strings, then to reverse a given string and some more in depth about the strings. I would let you the same link in the description, the answer for that question. So then some theoretical questions about exceptional handling and how can you create your custom exceptions. So get not into about the exceptions and the exceptions handling in the theory part. So then comes about some technical stuff from my resume, that do you have any certifications? Yes, I have done some ample amount of certifications from Coursera and other platforms. So do let me know if you want to know how to get the free things from the Coursera with these certifications, because I have done a jugaad for all these certifications. I would let you know, if because certifications matter a lot, because everyone does engineering. So what is the difference between you and the next candidate he is going to interview? तुम्हारे और उसमें क्या फ़र्क है? Certifications matter a lot. So do let me know if you want how to get access the free stuff of the Coursera, so that you can enhance your chances not in this interview but in the next upcoming interviews. And we had some friendly discussion about the current technologies which I was working on, as I mentioned in the resume, because I'm an associate software in a certain company, and the technologies which we were working about. So my interviewer was a male. He was very patient, very nice person, because I said हमने क्या कांड किया था, 5-10 मिनट लेट हुए थे पर भी कुछ नहीं कहा हमारे इंटरव्यूअर ने, बहुत अच्छा था. So he was very nice, very kind hearted. He was patient to listen everything whatever I said. So interviewers, as I said in my previous video, they are to hire you, not to judge you. He was very nice person. So a little review on my assessment code. Not majority of the interviewer check about your assessment code which you have written in your written test. So he checked me. It was a surprise, but nothing new, because most of the questions which I have done in the written test, because I have done 4 questions, fifth one partially and I left the 6th one entirely. I let him all my genuine things what I have done in my written test. So he was impressive about my frankness. So be frank if anything comes up questions in such a manner. A good conversation at the end. Then he ended up saying, do you have any questions from your side? And he said that I am done from my side. You can let me know if you have any questions from your side. So best practice is that you ask a question regarding their experiences and all, but must and surely ask them to give a rating scale about your interview, what you have questions you have answered. So please ask them like how much I was up to this interview, means please rate me to the scale of 10, or how much % I am perfect with this interview, rate me to the 100% scale. If he says you are up to 7, 8, 9, 10 grades, anything above 7 or 70% is very good, and you can expect a HR interview mail. So have a practice of asking that question to rate yourself on the basis of question answers you have given to the interviewer. So it plays a best practice in it. Then you would be clear that you would get a mail or not. So next it was some frequently asked questions. How long did my interview last? My interview lasted about 40 to 45 minutes. As I said, the interviewer was very kind, because I have done this stuff which I shouldn't have done. Please be aware of it. जो हमने कांड किया वो आप मत करना. सब देखना, सतर्क रहना, सही चीज़ लेकर जाना. The interviewer, my interviewer was very friendly and very kind, because I said you the thing what I have done. So he just didn't even take out the topic. He said everybody goes through the same thing. So he gave me a good compliment at the last that I was up to my interview. So did I code everything, means did I code each and every question which he said? No, I didn't code each and every questions, but I let him know all the approaches about it. So be clear with your approach though you aren't able to code. So he said that approaches were correct though I was unable to code each and every question. So you should know the basic to start up that question and also approach. So if your approach is correct, he would be more than impressed about that coding is rest all, everything can be done in any way possible if you are given time. FAQs which I came across were any technical or personal issues where to look over. I would hook up the support mail in the description because many of them are asking the question where to get, where to go or where to look over. I would give a support mail in the description. It is also given in your mails. If you have got any technical mails before you have done with that and you got a technical issue later, you can revert to that mail or else you can go to the support mail, but the reply will be late because the replies would come after everything, means every scheduled interview gets over. It may take a bit of week or 2 weeks, so you should be patient about that. Then is there any other TR round? No, there isn't any TR round, only one TR round. Mindtree has only one technical round. When to expect your HR mails? If you have done the things correctly and if you are confident, then you should get the interview mails within a week of your technical round when it happened. So within a week, so take a span of a week. And this is all for that, my interviews, my genuine experiences, because no one lets you know what the wrong things you have done. So be careful about those things. Do let me know if you have any queries and issues. I will address them. And thank you and all the best for your upcoming interviews. Just share your interview experiences in the comments so that the right information share to the person who is in need. No request of like or subscribe. Just share to the one who is in need of right information. All the best for your upcoming interviews.